My name is Carl Pierce. I work at NENA Design Center for Plexus Engineering Solutions. I am a mechanical engineer and work in the Automated Solutions group, which is fancy for working with robots.
And I'm Ethan, an intern within the Automated Solutions group here at the NENA Design Center. So Carl, can you tell me about the components of a robotic system?
Sure. Robotic system simply is a fixed element connected to a series of motion elements or a single motion element. In this case, we have a 6-axis robot, which means there are 6 separate joints controlled by 6 separate motors that allow motion throughout this entire area. So what we see now is a set of tiles that have the Plexus logo printed on one side and a series of dots on the other side. So the robot will hover over the pick platen and will find tiles that have the Plexus logo turned up. There's a camera up above that will take pictures so it knows where those are and which side is actually facing up. Then it will use the suction cup to pick those parts up, move them over another stationary camera, look at that dot pattern, and that dot pattern will tell the robot which part of the Plexus logo puzzle that actually is, and it will go to that spot in the assembly tray. And it will cycle through all of those parts until it finishes the logo. If it cannot pick any more tiles, the ASCII cube will turn on and it will shake the parts up until there are pickable tiles.
So how does the robot get from point A to point B?
We would use a teach pendant that's connected to the robot, and you can jog individual joints or move all the joints together in space. You would record point after point after point and then loop them all together to achieve a series of just point-based motion for that robot.
This seems like a complex problem. Where do you begin?
You start by breaking it down into individual moves and individual actions and string them all together. So what looks like a pretty complex set of actions that it's doing, it's really doing one or two things at a time at any given point.
How do you deal with unexpected problems?
Along with programming in all those events that you are planning for, there is equipment in here that can help you troubleshoot. So we have cameras above our parts and pointing up at the end of arm tool that can help you prevent a problem before it happens or identify a problem after it's happened. A problem could be there are no more parts to pick. The camera above the spot with all of the parts will tell you that. A problem could be that you picked up a part, but it's not in the right orientation. The camera below can tell you that.
How does the robot interact with the environment?
So the robot uses a series of tools. The tools attach to the faceplate of the robot, or they can be fixed mounted around the robot. There are suction cup tools, there are gripper tools. The robot could have a laser welder attached to it and it would go and weld two things together.
How are the parts presented to the robot?
What we have here is a piece of equipment that allows somebody to just dump parts into a tray. The tray is a customizable part that you can 3D print or machine. And this piece of equipment can move up and down, can move side to side or front to back, and it just shakes the parts up. There will be a picture that gets taken, and there's a predefined set of good pictures that tell you exactly where you have parts that you can pick. So now that you've seen how we use robots at Plexus, can you think of some ways that you've seen robots working in your everyday life?